Hey, good morning. Today, let's see what day it is. Today it is Monday, August the 14th of 2017. And then for me it's 5:37 in the a.m. I'm running a little later than usual today because I'm very tired. Yesterday was a wing-dinger of a day. Sundays, I really like to, relax. I really like to lounge around the house and rest and relax with my family. It's something that's not always easy. I have a very busy lifestyle, and so when you get a Sunday and there's nothing scheduled, all the things that you want to do, uh, want to pop in there, but I've been trying to work actively to keep that stuff out to respect the Sabbath. And then I'm trying to focus in that leisure activity, focus on the Lord. So yesterday, we, my wife and I decided to clean out the house and get rid of a bunch of stuff because we just have too much stuff. And so, problem is now is we feel like we can't get rid of it fast enough, and so getting rid of it is actually a chore. So anyway, my wife, we have this big 12-passenger van that we bought from off a church out of Iowa, and we packed it full of a bunch of stuff that didn't sell in a garage sale to try to clean the stuff out. And so we decided we were going to donate it to this thrift shop. Basically, you donate it to them, and then they sell it, and the proceeds, whatever proceeds they get off of it, they give it to missionaries abroad. So my wife decided she wanted to go drop off stuff yesterday. Not really what I had in mind for my Sunday. I wanted to relax, but my wife really isn't supposed to be lifting a whole lot of stuff, and it would be an opportunity to spend time with the kids. And so anyway, we piled up in the van, and we're driving to this town where this place is at, where the thrift shop's at. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. Had a blowout on the tire. I mean, it's an old van and whatnot, and I got pretty frustrated because it was one of those things that, in my mind, should have been preventable. The van is her van that she uses for her daycare, and you know, I had said something to her that we needed to kind of work on, maybe putting 2 new tires on it, and then, waiting a little, saving a little more money and putting the next 2 tires on it, but whatever, that's fine. So I was frustrated, but you know what, truth be told, it was like, the high yesterday was like 78 degrees, there was a nice breeze. It was actually a very beautiful day to have a blowout on the side of a country road. And so there it was, and so I got the jack out and everything, and my oldest son, stepson, who was with us, and he's learning to drive, and I was going to have him drive, and I'm glad we didn't. Something happened at the last second, I ended up driving. I don't know how he would have handled it, but he at least got to experience a blowout and changing a tire, which was good. But I got the jack out, and I was looking for jack placement, and I found it. I was like, okay, so I got the jack, and the jack was fully extended in between being on the side of the road and everything else. It wouldn't lift the van high enough to change the tire. So I had to take the jack all the way down. Basically, anyone who's ever used a stock jack knows that a lot of times those jacks aren't great. And this one, you had to stick the lug wrench into the side of the jack and turn it, but it didn't work really well, and the hole didn't match up with the end of the lug wrench really well, and so I got blisters on my hands that popped open from the wrench sliding in my hands. So I took it all the way back down, found another spot, went to raise it, and the metal buckled. And I was like, okay, that's not going to work. So the third place, I had to take it all the way back down. Third placement, I found I had put it actually up under the axle because that was the last choice, which put it behind the tire. And so I had to crawl underneath the van, and yeah, So finally, I hollered at I thought my parents were out of town. They live vaguely in the vicinity. And my wife called my folks, and my dad came out. My mom and dad came out, and my dad's got a shop, so he has a really nice jack, and brought it out. And probably another 10, 15 turns I would have had it up with my jack, but I probably would have been out there. It was so hard to get the jack to turn to raise. I probably would have been out there for another half an hour, because it was such an oppositioning, and I was in such close proximity to the tire. I was getting all scraped up because the wires were in the tire were poking me and shredding my arm, and my hands had blisters on them, breaking open, and yeah, it was not fun. And so my dad came out, and I was very thankful, because this is a van that my wife drives, and so it's very likely she could have been by herself or with just a car full of kids with this blowout. So I'm very thankful that it happened yesterday. And my dad was cool, because I remember he came out. He didn't say "I told you so." He didn't say anything. But I remember when my boy who was with me, my stepson's named Kane. I remember when I was Kane's age and I was like 15, 16 years old, my dad told me, he's like, first thing you want to do whenever you get a car, he's like, you want to make sure that you put a really good jack in it, because most of the time the jacks in these cars stink. And sure enough, he came out with his jack, and I put it underneath the car, or underneath the van, and I had it up, and we had the tire changed in less than 5 minutes. I had the car jacked up in less than 30 seconds. So my dad was really cool with me, and he came out and he helped me, and he was supposed to be going out and celebrating with my mom, because they had their anniversary recently, and they were going to go have a nice. So I interrupted their plans. I felt kind of bad, and then we finally got back home, and we just lounged for the rest of the day. And I was going to read my Bible outside, but I decided to spend some time with my kids. We have some BB guns, so we shot with them a little bit, taught them about safety and all that, and had some fun doing that, and it was a great time. And then we went inside, and we have a subscription to PureFlix, and so we watched. That was really the only faith kind of oriented thing that we did yesterday. Yeah, I was really tired. And I'm still really tired. My muscles are sore from all those precarious positions and whatnot that I put myself in. I don't know. So, but it was a great day. It really was. It was a great day, and I'm very thankful. Hopefully next Sunday I can actually relax and maybe do some Bible reading with my family a little bit or something. I don't know. Figure out something a little bit more closer to faith-oriented to making the most out of my Sabbath. That's all I gotta say about that.